Alright, what's going on, guys? gdoggcasey here, bringing you another StarCraft 2 Heart of the Swarm cast. This time we're going to be featuring the red Protoss in the top left corner of Coda. He's representing Guns and Roaches, and he is Fish. And his opponent, the rival for this game, or the villain. I always go back and forth. I'm never sure what I want to go with. He is the blue Zerg player. He is Corey. So we got a PVZ here. Fish sent me a replay pack with a whole bunch of replays of himself, and thank you very much, Fish, for doing that. I appreciate it. And it looks like he's playing a whole bunch of different races, so I'm not sure if this is like a ladder match and he's playing random, or if he is actually just playing different races whenever he feels like it, because I know people like to do that too. Occasionally they'll switch back and forth. So I'm not too sure about that. Hopefully Fish can leave a comment on this video. Let me know, are you a random player, or do you just play different races whenever you feel like it? But we are doing a PVZ here from the viewpoint of the Protoss player. This is a gold level matchup. It showed Fish as a bronze player, but looking at his roster page here on the CTL site, it's showing him down here as gold. So, I mean, maybe this was a placement match or something, but I expect Fish to be a gold level player. So, even if he did have the bronze border, his opponent had no border, so he was not even placed yet. Got to be careful here with your probe. So overall, this is a good trade for Fish because he keeps his probe alive and pulls about 4 drones off. Spawning pool going first for the Zerg player, and down here we have a forge first, and the probe is placed here looking like he's thinking about, okay, he's going to drop the gateway first. So this is a incredibly safe opening coming out of Fish. It's delaying his economy quite a bit here, but it also gives him the chance to be really sneaky with that probe. But I think after taking some damage, he decided not to do a cannon rush or anything like that. He's going to pull the probe all the way home, and he's going to be able to plop down his Nexus after a cannon even. I guess he saw the pool first, so he's just trying to be ultra safe, and the gas has gone down now. But I still think that he probably could have squeezed out the Nexus first. Even, you know, I mean, maybe the Forge first if you want to threaten the cannon rush. It's always a pretty nice play. I can't really argue with that. But delaying the Nexus for this long is it's basically taking away any advantage you've got from allowing, or from the Zerg player going pool first, right? Because now he's getting a second base and he's almost up in mining. So things looking pretty even overall for now. And we'll see here if Fish ever really wants to drop down. He's got a lot of probes queued up here. That's a little bit too much. I think that if they weren't queued up, you may have had the ability to plop down your Nexus a lot sooner, but we won't focus too much on that. We're going to take a look at the game as a whole. I'm not really a coach, right? If I spot some things that I think maybe you can do better, I'll mention them, but that's not really the focus of these videos, and I'm not trying to make you feel bad, so I'm not going to stick to that. But here we go. So this is kind of interesting. We got a second gas going down really early here for Corey, and he's getting an evolution chamber, which is interesting in a ZVP from his point of view. I wonder what he's going to look to get with that. As we do see the expansion going down, Corey noticing it's down under just under 5 minutes, so it's not too late. It's around the same timing as like a gateway first kind of expansion, but you'd expect to have the Cybercore done by then. Speaking of the Cybercore, still not out yet. Fish looking like he's going to be sticking with Zealots for now for some extra defense. Maybe he'll use them offensively in a bit. Here's the Cybercore going down in the main, getting a second gas, and after that Cybercore finishes, we'll be able to find out exactly what it is that Fish is looking to do. We have a ton of Zerglings being pulled up here from Corey, getting Zergling speed. Are you getting anything from this evolution chamber? He's got the gas for it, but the minerals keep going into more and more lings. I'm definitely going to sneeze during this cast. Jesus. I tried to cover the mic up, but I kind of half-assed it. So this Evo chamber is not actually going to be put to use from Corey. He's actually just going to go with all these lings. Speed will kick in very shortly after the Zerglings reach the ramp here, but with a cannon in place and a Zealot, hopefully on hold position, this is going to be pretty hard to break, although I must say, okay, +1 attack coming through now. Probably a little bit late. If that was started earlier when it could have been, this could have been incredibly deadly. But with this many lings here, and if more are going to follow, although I'm not sure if more are going to follow because it looks like we have some drones now, this could do a lot of damage to this wall. But luckily, Fish going for those 3 Zealots here, that's going to be really powerful until this +1 attack. So here come the Lings, going to try to get in. Focus it. Oh, a couple actually trickled in here. There's a tiny hole, but no, the 3 Zealots going to be enough to push this back. And oh, not on hold position. The Lings actually do get in here. They're going to bust up into the main. They're seeing the Twilight Council and the extra gateways here. Getting on top of these probes, going to be doing quite a lot of damage here. Just imagine if +1 attack was already finished. A little bit of misrally here from the Lings over here. A nice probe micro from Fish, going to be able to kill off the remainder of those Lings. Overall, only 4 probes go down for about, I don't know how many Zerglings that was, but it was a lot. You can see here, resources lost tab, definitely not in favor of the Zerg player. Warp Gate coming through, +1 is coming through as well. It's going to be right on par with +1 for the Zerg player. And more Lings coming now. I'm not sure I like this decision coming out of Corey here. He's just going to end up sacrificing them the same way he did before. And there's even more Zealots here now. Fish is only making Zealots. And this time they are not going to be able to get through. Slamming into those side blades of the Zealots here. +1 is going to finish before that pylon goes down. Now I like this idea here. But the Zealots come out and force all the Lings away after killing many of them. Third base going down, though, for Corey to follow this up. The thing is, he's got no drones mining here. He's trying to make a Roach Warren, and he is making some drones now, but his economy is just really not there. Taking a look here, we got 30 probes to 25 workers from Corey here. So the economy in the lead for Fish. So even after going for that ultra-safe opener, it's kind of making me look silly now because the safeness kind of seems like it worked out, right? But I still think that this wall could have come up even after putting the Nexus down first. The wall would have been up in time, but either way, that's neither here nor there. We got Blink coming through. We got +2 attack coming through for Fish. He's definitely getting ready to move into the mid game. I think we're going to get a lot of Stalkers, and they're going to have Blink and +2 attack. That's going to be pretty good. Baneling Nest coming down now, as well as +1 missile attack. Corey is just getting all the things now. I wouldn't be surprised to see Lair start and have a Spire go down too. But seeing as how he's focusing in Roaches, I guess he's planning for yet another attack here. Because if I were, if he had plans on going into the later game, I guess we'd see some more drones coming out of him. But we'll see. Stalker's starting to morph in now. A robotics facility will be nice if he wants to clear some creep and get an observer. Blink just about to finish as well as more Stalkers morph in, or warp in, I suppose. And on the other side of things, here comes that Lair. Here comes some Overlords. And got a little bit of a scout coming out here. It's going to bump into this Zealot, who is on a move command. We'll see. +1 Lings against the Zealot, not... Okay, well, there we go. Yeah, the Zealot does have +1 attack, obviously. And it is going to get shut down here. Ooh, nice little... That was a nice attempt at a micro trick there from Corey. I like it. Hey, man, you'll fail every micro trick you don't try, right? So at least he tried. He ended up pulling back a full health one, but whatever. Oh, my God, there goes the mouse thing. It's not a G-Dog cast without the camera going crazy. Another Zealot. 3 kills on this guy. He is a Disciple. And what do we got here? It looks like just a whole bunch of Stalkers and waiting for +2. I suppose that Fish will probably move out with +2. I think maybe. That would probably be a good idea. It looks like we got some Banelings, some Roaches, some Zerglings. This Zealot actually allowed to live to scout out to third base. That's a little bit unfortunate for Corey. And yeah, I do think Corey is gearing up for an attack here. But we got a bunch of Stalkers coming across the left side of the map. And they're going to catch some of these units out here in the open. Here we go. +2 not quite finished yet, but with a little bit of micro, these Stalkers will easily win this fight. Nice blink of that weak Stalker. And the rest of them just jump right on the Roaches here. Nice aggressive blink here. That one was a little bit sketchy, though, as he didn't know there was more Roaches there. Now he's got to do a little bit of stutter step micro. There's no pylon nearby to warp in reinforcements. That's the one bad thing about Fish's attack here. +2 is finished now, and these Stalkers are going to be so strong against the Roaches, especially if they're using their blink, which Fish is doing a little bit here. And he's going to clear out these Roaches, but he doesn't have enough Stalkers to really kill his opponent right now. And the thing is, the follow-up isn't really there for Fish either. He does have a robotics facility, could be making some Immortals. He's actually banking up a lot of minerals here. Going to try to do some damage to the third base. But a bunch of Speedlings coming through. I think this might actually be enough Speedlings. Remember, they do have +1 attack. So if they get on top of these stalkers, they can shred them up pretty quickly, as neither player has gone for an armor upgrade yet. But the micro is pretty good from these stalkers, and eventually able to kill out all the lings. But here we go, 3 more roaches coming, yeah, and Fish is just going to blink away. And if there was a pylon here and he was reinforcing, that would be awesome. He'd be totally able to keep the pressure up here, but the pylon's just not there, so he's got to warp in back at home. And now think of something to do as a follow-up. He's making a lot of gateways. A lot of gateways. This is the definition of a gateway explosion here coming out of Fish. And this is a good move. I mean, even after making all these gateways, he still has 3,000 minerals. So, a good move. Now all he needs to get is a pylon out on the attack path here, so he can actually do some damage. Although, he still has an economic edge right now, which is a little bit strange, because Corey looks like he's gearing up for yet another attack. He's just not making any drones. He's sticking to lings and roaches and hatcheries. He's got 2 macro hatcheries here. Again, not bad, because he's banking up all those minerals. And it looks like, okay, here's a probe moving out, going to be dropping a pylon here. This is kind of neat, because he's coming from a different angle than he came from the first time, so possibly Corey won't see this coming at all. This Ling is going to try to scout some things out, but the Zealot here and the Cannon going to knock that guy out nice and fast. Zealots coming through here, more of them for Fish, 3 of them. And they have +2 attack now. They will absolutely destroy Lings without armor upgrades. So just double check here. Yeah, there are no armor upgrades at all. And Fish is coming back here. He's got the pylon in place. He's going to be able to warp in. He's got a bunch of stalkers. He's got the Observer in place. He's going to try to blink into the main. If he can... Oh, there he goes. Nice blink here. Going to pick off an Overlord. Maybe he can even pick off a Roach Warren. Let's go ahead and zoom out here. There's a lot of units here for Corey. These stalkers are going to have to blink out of there. Yep. But the Observer can actually still spot this, so they can still get a little bit of damage done. Need to see some more reinforcing warp-ins here from Fish, so he can go ahead and really put the hurt on. Now, the issue, though, is Corey has been in 100% unit production mode. He's actually very far ahead in supply, finding himself supply blocked at the moment. Now the Immortals are coming out. If he spawns on that side, he's going to be trapped in here. Hopefully that doesn't happen. This is a lot of Lings, Roaches, and Banes, though, from Corey. No Baneling speed, but Roach speed is done. These Stalkers are going to find themselves in trouble. A huge warp-in coming in here, but a lot of Speedlings. If he warps... Oh, if he blinks up into the main, this would be so sick from Fish. A couple Stalkers get left behind, but now the Zerg army is totally out of position. The Roach Warren's going down. Nothing can stop that Roach Warren from dying. But the Zerg army has decided, alright, well, if all your units are in my main, I'm just going to move across the map here. This is going to be a pretty intense base race situation. The lair is being focused down here, and Corey doesn't even care. He's rallying his Lings on the attack path. There's a hole in the natural of Fish, and that Immortal made it out somehow. I guess maybe he wasn't stuck. This is a lot of damage going down, and there's not quite enough Stalkers here to do as much damage as he really wants to do. This is looking very bad for Fish, as these Roaches are just funneling through. There's one Immortal up here that could be getting a couple pot shots off. There we go. But it can get focused down incredibly fast as well. That Immortal needs to micro a little bit. Zealots morphing in. They're going to try to clog up the Roaches on a ramp while the Immortal fires away from behind. But these Roaches are getting into the main now, and that Immortal has nowhere to go. No more Immortals in production, but the Stalkers are warping in here on the left side. Meanwhile, these Stalkers actually survived and are still doing damage here. If they can pick off the spawning pool, that'd be pretty sweet, because we see no extra Roach Warren going down. Oh, there was a Roach Warren, actually. So Roaches can still be produced here from Corey. And I don't know, this Roach count is actually dwindling just a bit. Couple gateways going down. They're not really focusing on things that are really helping them out. And because of the positioning of the gateways, oh, aggressive blink here from the Stalkers. Not sure I really like that. These Stalkers are getting focused down here pretty quickly. But with some extra warp-ins over here on the left side, Fish is going to just aggressive blink once again and eventually take out all the Roaches. And now we're in a really weird situation where we have a one-base Protoss player in Fish with 6 gateways still unpowered and a ton of money banked up. He can still use these gateways. The pylon is still over here. And these Stalkers are still doing work. They picked off the spawning pool, which is now being built in the natural, and somehow they're just not dying. I'm not sure if I was watching the wrong fight here, as these Stalkers have managed to survive for so long. whoop, just blinking around here and kiting the roaches. It's pretty funny, actually. These stalkers at home not doing too much, and I think eventually these stalkers will get picked off. As there goes, oh, what a sick blink coming out of this final stalker. Is he going to make it out alive? Takes a couple shots from the spine crawler. Blink is still on cooldown, although he might get off cooldown soon. And what's his plan here? Oh, blinks away again. I have no idea if he's going to survive this. It looks like he will, as just barely he does survive. In the meantime, what are we doing to come back here? I mean, all you have to really do... Yeah, okay, so there's another Nexus going down. And overall, technically, the Zerg player is in a better position here. He's got more drones. He's mining, actually, because this main is almost completely mined out. So we got way more money coming in here for Corey. But the bank is so huge, and the units are stronger from Fish. So eventually, like, I don't know. I mean, I really don't know. It depends. Corey's got to make the right decisions here. Moving out like this, I don't know if this is the right decision. I don't expect him to know it's not the right decision, because he's probably expecting to be able to kill his opponent right now, but there's too many stalkers here, I think, for this army to really do that much work. More forges coming down for Fish as well. If these are allowed to finish, we'll be able to get some cannons out here. Baneling's morphing in. That's an interesting choice. Fish could split his observers out here, get another one like right here so we can spot the army and know what to expect. But I don't know. I mean, the supplies are pretty even here as Fish is moving out. Going to take this army right out on the field here. A lot of the Zealots going down to the Banelings, and now the Stalkers need to get back to blinking here. The blinks are pretty good here for a Gold League Protoss player, but the roaches are just too strong. They're pushing up, and it looks like they might be able to break in, but this is not a very good engagement from Corey. Most of his roaches just derping around in the back as the Stalkers for Fish are all attacking. In comes some more defensive reinforcements as well, and now Fish actually pushes the roaches back, and he's going to go on the attack now and try to chase these guys down, or at least force them away. So Corey going back home with his roaches. He's got a ninja base over here as a fourth base. He's mining pretty okay. I mean, he's mining better than Fish is, although he still needs a little bit more drones, I think. He's remade the lair, and with this extra base over here, he's setting himself up for success. He's, you know, the longer this game goes on like this, the better it's going to be, as we have Fish only mining off of one base right now. So even though Corey is only mining with 3 drones off of this base, he's getting the extra gas income, and now he's mining with even more. I mean, double that, 6 drones, and that's better than Fish, right? So as inefficient as it is, or as more efficient as it could be, it's still pretty good. These Zealots are on a move command. They're going to get surrounded and murdered by the Lings and Roaches here, but there's a Stalker army over here on the left side focusing down the rocks. Not getting spotted by these Roaches, and once again, both players deciding to attack at the same time. No wall off here for Fish, so these Zerglings are all going to stream in. These 2 cannons are not going to be too much trouble as the Stalkers come in on the third base here. And once again, we have attacks going on both sides of the map here. Which one is going to do more damage? It looks like Corey is being pulled back. I like this decision, though, to leave the Lings here, although even the probes are doing good damage against him. This Nexus does not look like it's going to go down, as the probes defend that excellently. Third base goes down here, and we don't have any follow-up warping, so we could be warping in from here. Eventually, after this macro hatch goes down, these roaches are going to try to clear up these stalkers. We're going to see a blink. There's another blink. There's enough stalkers here for the, or enough stalkers to fight these roaches right now. But it looks like they're going to run away home. These guys are warping in. Where are they warping in? Back at home, it looks like. And some roaches did stick around to try to kill off this Nexus, but not going to work. There's enough stalkers to pull this back and kill off all these roaches. It is actually so close, though. The micro is real from Corey. But unfortunately for Corey, not able to kill off the Nexus, even though it was ridiculously close. Fish is down to 15 workers at this point. His economy is just shattered. Even the 21 workers of Corey here, not quite so good, but still in a better position. He's actually got the bank now, as Fish has managed to spend his entire bank. Army supplies are dead close here, 34 to 33 in favor of Fish. That really doesn't mean all that much here. And we just have yet another game here where both players are just being so scrappy, and the economy is so low that they're not really sure what the best plan is. It looks like Fish wants to just defend his base with his stalkers. He's expecting an attack, and actually he would be right to expect that, as these Lings, Roaches, and Banes once again moving out. The observer spots them, so he knows this is coming, and it looks like he's getting ready to defend this. He's kind of opening up the hole here. Okay, sentry's on the way. They could force field this out, but we're going to wait for many Banelings here. The force fields are going to have to be perfect, otherwise this pylon wall is going to be going down easy. And yeah, I mean, still, only unit production coming out from Corey. This one Stalker going to harass a couple drones. Here comes the attack. The force field, first one is pretty good. It does clog up the hole, but these Banelings are not jumping on the wall, so actually, there you go. That's all Fish really needs to do. Nice defense here. He's warping in some more Stalkers. He's really running low on money here, as this Stalker is still just going ham. 2 Lings going to come try to clean that up. I really don't think that's going to work. Oh, there's actually 2 more. Here we go. Another attack over here. They managed to break through the wall. The force fields are late. The Stalkers are taking a lot of damage from the Banelings, but all the Roaches die. And once all these Banelings go off, yeah, they actually got incredible detonations there. Lots of Stalkers going down, but Corey just GG's after, I guess he figured that was an all-in attack. This one Stalker is just too much. All that harass on the 4th base over here, and Fish is going to come out victorious, even though I think that if Corey came back and watched this game, I think he would feel like he might have given up on a game that he still had a chance in. He was definitely not in as bad of a position as he expected. It looks like Fish is going to stay in this game, and I think he's just going to check out to see what Corey had. Or maybe just kill the whole thing. I really don't know. But I don't think we're going to watch that. We're going to sit here and we're going to pause here, and Fish just doing a little bit of celebrating, as he won a really close game. And when you're on the ladder and you win games like this, there's really nothing like it, because, I mean, for the most part, if you're me at least, you lose games like this and it just feels so bad. But when you win, it feels amazing. So great job by Fish, sticking it out, winning that game. Very well played. And guys, as always, if you want me to cast your replay, remember to send me an email at gdoggcasey, SC2@gmail.com, and I'd be happy to cast it for you. Other than that, thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, this was a Gold League PVZ, and it was really fun to cast, so thanks again. And I'll see you guys in the next video.